Hello, everyone. It's Rachel Riva here, success coach for corporate ambitious professionals. I hope you're doing great. I just wanted to pop on here and give some training about when you shouldn't leave your 9 to 5. Now, usually you hear me talking about life purpose, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, but most people are in some kind of 9 to 5 job. And if you're not, you're probably about to go into one or you're looking for one, perhaps. But I wanted to jump on here and just give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't leave your 9 to 5. Now, this is not to suggest you shouldn't ever leave your 9 to 5. I think it's really important to do what we love to do what makes us happy. But I often see a lot of people just kind of go one way or the other. They just stay stuck in a place in a 9 to 5. They're not happy, but that's just it, and that's all they are comfortable doing, or they just go the other extreme and do the whole Jerry Maguire and take the goldfish and just run out and then think, what have I done? And I just want to help you. So if you are thinking of leaving your 9 to 5, or you're thinking, I hate this job, or I'm just not happy here and I don't know what to do next, I just want to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't leave your 9 to 5. Number 1, you have more to learn in your current role. So there are some places that are bigger than others. Some places will offer more challenges than other things. I genuinely believe that we are where we are at for a reason and a season. So while you may not love the job that you have, trust me, it is giving you opportunities. I cannot tell you the amount of jobs that I've had that I really kind of didn't like at all, but they were giving me skills that I knew would help me get to my next level. So I would stick it out. When I first started working in television, it was a completely different environment for me, but I'm so glad that I kind of stuck it out, particularly that, first year, which can be really tough because it trained me in so many different ways. And there are certain times when it's really busy. It can be very stressful, as with any other job. But it's important to know if you have more to learn where you're at. And you may be done in your current job. That's not to say there's not a way you can sidestep. When I was working for a TV network, I was a publicist, and I really wanted to get into the more editorial side of things. And so I worked closely with a team, and I was able to negotiate to actually work as a producer for a few months. So in that way, I was able to, use my transferable skills, but I was also able to kind of use the organization and the context that I had and make other challenges for myself and learn other skills that I would eventually take with me. So I would encourage you, even if you're not happy in the job that you're at, to really look around you and say, what else could I do? And it is so much easier to get your foot in the door when you're already in the room. So, and what I mean by that is to sidestep or to look at another team and to see how you could bring value, or maybe you could learn some other skills. So look at that before you just decide to hand in your notice. Number 2, you haven't made a big impression, or you don't have a big signature project. And by that I mean, look, people have very short attention spans. If you're still watching this, I'm very impressed. But what I mean by that is, if you've been in a job for more than 6 months, you should have a signature project that people know about you. And that's your impression, that's your trademark. That's when you leave, they go, oh yeah, she's the girl who did that. Now, that could be a big project that you managed, that could be an event that you ran, whatever it is in your, in your line of work. But you need to have something that you have done by yourself, managed somewhat independently, and people are able to know you for that. And you've had actual acknowledgement from your manager or up above to say, yeah, you did that and you did well. If you haven't had that yet in the job that you're in or the organization that you're in, I would really highly suggest that you get one, because there's nothing worse than when someone leaves and go, oh yeah, they were here for about a year, didn't do much. And I'm telling you, you have a brand at work. So when you leave, that brand is what people say about you. So you need to make sure what they say about you is good and it's tangible. Now, obviously, we can't control what people say about us behind our backs. But what I mean is, you need to have given something with a tangible result in the time that you've been at your job before you decide to leave. That's hugely important. And by the way, that doesn't have to mean you have to stay for 5 years. I honestly don't believe that. I believe you can get just as much done in 6 months as you could in 2 years in a role. I know that because I did do a lot of contract work. So don't think that you're stuck there being miserable. What I'm saying is, look at what's around you. Look at what the value that you're bringing, and are you bringing the most? Like, have you done your best in like doing, in doing that job and making a mark for yourself in that corporation, because that's the important part, and that's what people remember you by. They don't remember you by what you were hired to do. They remember you by what you did and how you made them feel. So that's number two. And last but not least, the third and to me most important reason why you shouldn't just quit your 9 to 5 is if you don't know what you want to do next. Now, I love it when people just take caution to the wind and go for it and go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I would suggest they do know what they're going to do. And maybe that's traveling for 6 months. Maybe that's going to write a book. Maybe that's going to study something else. Maybe that's just having some me time. That's a plan, by the way. But what I see people do is go, I was so angry and so unhappy, I just went into work and I quit. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to have a plan. You need to have an exit strategy. I knew that I wanted to move to London when I was in Sydney, and I knew that I wanted to take a break from television. I did all of those things, but I didn't do them in short notice. I thought about it, and I decided what I wanted to do next. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do next, so that's why I got a coach, and I got some support. I gave myself the time to be in the question, and by that, I mean sometimes we know that we want to change, but maybe we don't know what that change is, and that can be a really hard place to live in. I would really encourage you to stay in that place. It's, it can be a very feminine place called being in the question, because particularly if you're an ambitious corporate go-getter, you like results, you like to do things, you like to make decisions quickly. I know I do. But when you're not sure of something, it's stay where you are. Stay where you are, because it's the wisest thing to do in that moment. Obviously, get lots of different advice, but allow yourself to be where you're at, which is questioning what is next for me. So those are my 3 reasons why you shouldn't leave your 9 to 5. Now, there's obviously a lot of reasons why you should, but this is so dependent on where you're at, your circumstances, what you're ready for, what you're ready to commit to, what changes you want to make, the type of lifestyle you want to live. I know when I was just really unhappy in my job, I'd reached the levels I thought I'd wanted to, and I still wasn't happy, and I was like, what's wrong with me? I literally gave myself 3 months of going, you were going to figure this out. For the next 3 months, I made it my part-time job to figure out what I wanted to do. And I would encourage you to kind of do the same, but also you can take a shortcut, which is getting support from the right people, from people who've been there before, such as myself. So if you're an ambitious go-getter, if you're a corporate professional who feels stuck, or you're ready to make a move, but maybe you're not sure what move that is, or maybe you do want a promotion, maybe you want that next level, maybe you want a sidestep, maybe you want to find a career that's more in line with who you are. There becomes a time when sometimes our job just isn't cutting it anymore because we're different people. And, you spend a lot of time at that desk. You spend a lot of time with the people you're hanging out with at work. So you can control that more than you probably believe you can in this moment. So if you'd like to transform that, if you'd like to have a career that totally lights you up, and if you would like to explore maybe why you should leave your 9 to 5, or what you should do now if you're not feeling 100% lit up, because I know and I believe it is absolutely possible to have a career that you love, but I also think it's essential, because when you're living on purpose, when you're doing something that lights you up, it just permeates everyone else around you. You have to do it. Those people who hate their lives, who hate their jobs, they become that, by the way. Don't you ever see those people who've been in the same job for 20 years and you're like, what is their problem? They've been staying there for 20 years. That's their problem. But that's not you. So if you'd like to chat more about your career and how I could support you, feel free, drop me a message, send me a DM, comment below with your email, and I'll get in touch. We can just have a general chat, very simple conversation. I want to hear about your goals, what you'd like from your life, from your career. I honestly believe that anyone can design a career and a lifestyle on their terms. I know, because that's what I've done. So, and I am obsessed with helping other people do the same. So that's it from me. Have a wonderful evening. And if any of this training resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Much love. Bye.